Martin Kpegbu who is OSP, we are corrupt. 40,000 bribe allegation and sika. Martin Kpegbu say what's na office one of jail. I don't know what to be a can was. Martin Kpegbu esho krata or see who OSP Kisia Jabin. What to office now? So a year at Dubai and for 40,000 cities. Embra war office. And what to be a baby yano? What to be a baby yano? Not just a what to be yano, dear silence. Now, say, now just said your balance equation on a Martin People and Misuja. Because the Emma who run the Martin People, Subwa run or the airborne. And here, no neighbor, you Martin People, one can say corrupt. So who watches the watchman who appear, you know? Who watches the watchman? OSP. But I know young call and Sabdubupi, Yabekomudia, but there be a young Kumupi. $40,000, Miss allegation. He's here jabbing Martin Kpegbu the tools. So what can want him? Now, what about the PPD? And some who, what the actually Yababasa and something in us, but bring call a dibuna, being a Juman tent. And Yababe didn't come. Na nkoma ye ba bedie no me dey personalities are run ebedi nkomo no first and foremost and there every miami nuaba who needs no introduction but he be introduced anyway but do na de budim no the yebeka so a household today do na budim no mampo ni deshie na mampo ni ba o ye deshie e wo hankwasa Kwasi Brody, a friend of philanthropist. There be a become a senior Maura wired woman pono, a beauty HROS yade, but I don't know, don't in mind. And also, or ya dear, what a ye cra, who freeze a be a wing it, but or no, or ya dear bois who freeze send your bay development, Bebaho, the Encasa by a yellow, single handedly, or noa as obey, send your development, a beba a year as Antibampo. Etiade owofi ha ya ne betwetwe nkomo na yakwa edimo because okwa akoto aba no ya de no twetwe nkomo ewofi ha okoto aba no ewie ye no medua ba bi hu nadim na be se de bre na ya twetwe nkomo ewu efi ha sei na waba watena ya betwetwe nkomo nana ya Beatrice owarewa siaw ewofi ha sei ya de no ba betwetwe nkomo enti watena se dada the no area yabeko ahafua no south west na yakwa akotwetwe nkomo ewo ho Honorable Elvis Osei Bensa Dapa Honorable Elvis Osei Bensa Dapa will later be joining me on the program this afternoon. My friend Wonder Boy CC White Wonder Boy Magica Oyedo ho edema a bride a champion only God knows adia sticker to me anye adia kwabna of ejesu to me anye Wonder Boy ayadwo the constituency it's here the Honorable Elvis Osei Bensa Dapa ewufi hadba yede no ebedi nkomo mafidie no and now say we have lots to talk about but right about now Nanaya Beatrice Owarewa Siaw Atenase Nanaya, good afternoon.
Ohini, afternoon. Mao, aha. What's the name?
Ben so big you so. Osawaka. Edwa no. Now who ye?
Hoye pa.
Okoto abewie de yenhia.
Me pa try.
Hey, na se bibia dedi. Anyway, so how's Mampong?
Mampong, everything is okay.
Everything is okay.
Okay.
Because I do recall that just before you went to Accra to cast your ballot or you went to vote, you visited the place before you went to Accra, right?
Yes, please.
The last time I spoke to you. Yeah. So where do we start from Mampong? Let's start from Mampong, right?
Okay.
Because they say charity starts from home or whatever. There's that adage that. But let's start from Mampong any which way. But the last time, a couple of weeks ago, you were here, we're talking about Mampong. And I do recall that you were so peeved that you stated that maybe you wouldn't continue with the work on the AstroTurf. But just recently, I realized that you went back and it seems you started work again on the AstroTurf. Tell me about it. What informed your decision to go back onto the park to work? Because maybe on the sidelines we were also hearing something on the sideline. I think some boys wanted to demonstrate and all that, but that's a secondary matter. But what informed your decision to go back to work on the AstroTurf?
Mampong Hini is the one that changed my mind.
Oh, okay.
So he was asking me, pleading that I should continue with the park. And then you also mentioned that, you started this work, you should continue for the youth. And I also heard that several youth within Mampong wanted to demonstrate against the leaders. And I don't think it's necessary. I believe I'm the one who started it, so I should be the one who finished it.
Also, eventually you met Asante Mampong Hene.
Yes, please.
Because the last time you came here, you hadn't met him then, but you indicated that you were going to meet him. So eventually you met him.
Yes.
And he actually told you to go back to work.
Yes, he said, I won't force you since it's your own money you're using, but if you can please go back and continue, and that the assembly should assist you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, are the assembly for it now, or is the assembly for it now?
When I contacted the MCE, Honorable Yakubu Isif, he told me that he was traveling outside of the country, so this week he'll be back. But I put 8 trips of filling on the park.
Just recently?
Yeah, they put 4 today and last week 4, making 8.
Oh, really?
Yes, please.
You have so much love for Asante Mampong. Oh, so work has begun on it again?
Oh, I just put the filling. So if I'm allowed to get the machines, like the grader and the roller, then no problem. Yeah, then I'll continue.
Well, I'm surprised because I think what we're hearing in the back, or what was coming up, was that the youth weren't pleased with it, and the same youth, we understand, wanted to demonstrate against the leaders.
Yes.
Meaning, it was a cooked up story.
It's true.
Yeah, maybe I can conclude it was.
They said that the park was too small and they wanted 11 or 12 players instead of 8 players. So I think half a loaf is better than none. You have nothing, so so no problem. It's grassing instead of the AstroTurf, so it shouldn't be an issue.
I think the youth will be pleased with you now, or pleased with the ongoing project now. Anyway, let's move from Asante Mampong, and maybe all I can say is God bless you for that, because you did something for Mampong, the youth of Mampong, or for Mampong as a whole. Everybody will benefit from this project.
Yes.
So you were here the last time, just before you went to vote. You went to cast your ballot at the NPP headquarters, right?
Yes, please.
And even though we pushed you to the wall, you wouldn't tell us who you were going to vote for.
I didn't want to let other people buy into my idea. I wanted everybody to have their own
his or her independent
thoughts. Yes, please. Because everybody has a preference.
And do you care telling us who you voted for right now?
I voted for Baumia.
You voted for Baumia.
But even if I voted for Ken, I'll still say I voted.
Because at the moment we're talking reconciliation, so we are all family. We are one.
Yes.
So now, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is the flag bearer of the NPP. Somewhere last week after he won, a whole lot has gone and water has gone under the bridge. We've been talking, we said a lot about his win and the way forward. Since you are here, Nanaya, you are a patron for the end of the party, and so you have a say.
Yes.
What do you think should be the way forward? I know we're talking reconciliation now, but since Baumia has won and is currently the flag bearer of the party, what do you think should be the way forward? What do you think he should start doing at the moment?
I think the way forward, first, everybody's going to say unity, of course. That's the obvious answer. By all means, we need to be unified, not break into different parties and saying we're going to do independent or form some new party. What is it called? something FPU. Was it United FP?
Oh, the past one.
Some FP,
right after
something.
Oh, okay.
Somebody saying something. I was like, ugh, we don't need to do all of that. We need to stay one. Second is Baumia needs to be like a father for all. You know, he needs to remarket himself as a father, have that compassionate spirit. You see how Mahama, I don't want to use him as the example, but Ghanaians forget. Do you understand? So how Mahama remarketed himself, and in the beginning people were against him. Oh, NDC never. And here we are today. So Baumia needs to revamp, look back at, get a map. You know, there's a think room in the headquarters for MPP. So they need to put all the 16 regions on a map and see how many seats MPP has currently. See how many seats, another map, have they lost. And see how many seats that there were marginal errors or there were lower votes, and go back and try to gain back to those voters. So, and that will be only through talking, you know, because right now, though Ghana, everybody say Ghana is okay, but people are still struggling. People are still finding it difficult to eat 3 meals a day. You know, right now they're going from paying 400 cities for Zoom line workers to 800 cities recently. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah. It's still low. You can, how are you supporting a wife, a child, and some children on an 800 Ghana city salary? It's still low. Though I believe it's kakra, but still it's low. So there's room for improvement with MPP, but we can surely get there. I'm positive that 2028 MPP can win if they plan well. And restructure well.
Okay. So right after the elections, we all saw the other candidates conceding, congratulating Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Yeah.
And some people thought it was the first step towards reconciliation.
Yes,
You agree?
I agree.
You agree?
Yes.
So, but you think we can do more?
I like the fact that Brian quickly picked up the phone and called Ken.
Yeah.
And made sure that it was captured, and he said, "My brother, congratulations." Even though he didn't win, but we are all winners because we're all brothers and sisters. It's a family, you know. I love that fact that he did that, and they all went and congratulated Dr. Baumia. So it says that we all need each other.
All right, so that's talk about reconciliation. So just before I go away from that, how easy or difficult do you think that will be? I know that we've gone past that because some were thinking that, I should go to them, but they've already congratulated, and I think they've all indicated that they will support him in his bid towards 2028, so as to wrestle power from the NDC.
Right.
Difficult, easy? Do you think?
I mean, everything to convince someone to vote is not the easiest thing. You know, it's not the easiest thing. Even with money, sometimes some people are stuck in their ways that money will not convince another person. But if he plans and structure well, and all those aspirants join hands together, we can definitely win 2028 if we're one.
All right. Nanaya Beatrice. Owarewa sia on the no twetwe nkomo edewie bia na wo afi na wo de wafidi aba beto adoma Nanaya enye ohoho e studio ha ewuma oba besrae e wo ha na oye mamponi dehie a chese product oye na santibampo yen kan kra no yakan be 40 a ode agu for ba oye wasi ye hospital wards ni bi dia chew e wo lewo ho bola chenchirencha beye infie mu di omuntu into atu edi amom ewo ho classroom a waye ho adwuma bi ewo ho na nse ni oye eye astrotef na asem eba ho ampanifuo bi assembly na SSI ahemfu bi so obo ani enje ho ho nsem bai bebre na bebu krabu na eka wabo astrotef na keka ko ya no ne yeso pepepe o billions of cedis into your say odokra na bema bu onye ho adwuma ebio na say na nka emranti wa bi yese omo ekwa akoye oye kire omo bu afu eye omo mpanifo no na afede bono ahwa no se da bi eni omo bekwa akoye dedede obekwa akoye astrotef no sa ono ani sika odi botom sika ode beye sa ede amawo enti ho ne yedu ana mi bisa no na last time I be hundu wa na cheso okoto aba ono ye NPP patron na okoto aba e wa Accra headquarters wo eno na ye dey share ye no share bio na bi bisa do munsem si say do Dr. Baobia na ewi ni echiri nsem no odwede ho say eno no so echiri mu ne opese ohun ene ne ma osusu sese party no eye ho nkomo ena na ye die enti aka party ho nkomo kakra ye di ho nkomo kakra ye mbie mu ena ne aba ye say to vote so Ayawaso East constituency, you know, over the dab power so say. Nana you heard about the primaries with regards to the NDC, the primaries at Ayawaso East this weekend. You heard about it?
Yeah, I heard about it.
And right after the elections, what came out? Vote buying and all that stuff.
Oh, it's bad.
For someone who stayed, you've been outside. I call you people being tools. You've been out for so long a time. You grew up there in another system. Vote buying in our setting or in our elections. What do you make of it?
It's bad because you don't get the right leader. You get someone who feels like I bought the votes. So I got my seats. So I'm pessimistic. So you don't get someone who's coming in to help the real people in the constituency. So they should do away from it. But I understand why delegates do it because they're the grassroots. They follow some of these politicians with no money. Sometimes they forget about them and they're in hardships. And it's now for them to get what's owed to them. I understand it, but sometimes, because I thought the Hajia Amina was going to win. I thought she was going to win. I was rooting for her because she's highly accomplished. You know, she's a board chair for Sankofa Mines. She's also a managing director or CEO of an oil and gas company. So this is not somebody that is not competent. And all the other aspirants that were contesting with her also have high positions. But when you see that 32 inches TV, then 32 votes, I don't know what Malam or pastor he went to. But one person made a comment. That's when I knew that, no, I don't think Hajia is going to win. They made a comment. There was a guy they interviewed. I don't know if it's coming from Baba Jamal's camp. He said, if we let her, that's his exact words, if we let her, then that means that any woman can poison or kill their husband. I thought that was a bad statement.
But that's not the first time someone is succeeding the husband,
right?
Or taking over from the husband.
What are you saying?
What
are you political trying to say? It's wrong. But she's competent. She can. So if they do a rerun, I don't think it will go in her favor. What they need to do, since everybody's harping on MPP as the corrupt and taking money. Look at what's happening right now with NDC. But my focus is on MPP, not necessarily NDC. Who cares what they're doing?
Yeah, but you know what? Normally,
they should find a position for her, like a high minister position. They shouldn't do any runoff. Find a position for her. And for the other people that contested, because it's unfair. Because some votes that should have went to the other people went all to this supposedly person who bought the TV. And when you asked him the question, he said, what did he say? if someone gives you a gift, wouldn't you accept it? So he's admitting that that's what he did to get where he's at. And politics or politics, that's the name of the game, unfortunately. In Ghana.
But Anaya, you know the problem? It seems every politician knows about this. We've been talking about this for ages. You want to go into an election, and there is the demand from these people who call delegates. But normally what we do hear from the politicians is that, they just give out transportation. It's transport money. So that's where they conclude that it's just transport money. People come from afar, and sometimes they have to eat, so they provide foods. But then we claim it's transport money. Why, you don't believe in that?
Oh, in my own constituency, the current MP did the same with, 4,000 or 5,000 cities to each delegate. And now they're increasing it, so
that's transport money.
That is 5,000 is someone's salary.
But do you think we can actually kill this or nip it in the bud? Can something be done about it?
I mean,
you have any opinion as to how we can curb this?
Well, right now the majority caucus is saying that they should cancel the election. You heard it. And
we had pressed on. The NDC is currently hard pressed against time as well, because the deadline is on Wednesday. So I don't see how they can.
Either.
Yeah. So maybe the sincerity of this whole thing, I think some people think that, maybe it's much ado about nothing.
Yes. I think so. Too bad.
But you think that rerun won't solve the problem?
No.
Why?
Because, I mean, if rerun wouldn't solve the problem, it's the same delegates coming back to vote. Who else is voting?
And somewhere with the opinion that maybe we have to take the two candidates out, failed other candidates, but I think it's late now.
It's late. It's late.
Well, vote buying. Elsewhere, you don't see that. You grew up in the States. Vote buying in the States. You ever heard of something like that?
I haven't.
You haven't?
I haven't. I haven't. Maybe it happens, but it's not publicized like that. I haven't.
I was reading about what happens in the States with regards to vote buying over the weekend, and maybe not so much.
Not like not what so, goes on in Ghana that they demand it from you.
Yeah, they demand it.
Yeah,
and if you don't pay, you lose your seat.
You lose your seat. To Nanaya.
Bashafo Nana na still yedeno ewo studio has said that koma ye die mo fanche the ye hwe de call so ewo ayawa so east weekend na watwe etwa we bra baba Jamal ne hajia binanom ede yesi potoka 7 years vote by na yesi TV colored television 32-inch na yeche ene ya omo from committee and baba Jamal face committee as a president Mr. Ambassador Nigeria where ede no every na kunya so fifi kwete the krata by me hu say NDC parliamentarians no so the krata ba I bidum so bom so bo say wo member of parliament be na utifi oduma wo wantua sa sikani bia mo beka baba Jamal there. But quickly before I conclude on that, what do you think of the parliamentarians calling out Baba Jamal, accusing him of maybe vote buying or calling for investigation? Because I think it cuts. Some people are of the opinion that it cuts across. So do they have that moral thing to call him out? What do you think of that?
Okay, he left a diplomatic position. The Ghanaian ambassador to Nigeria, a high-profile position. For whatever his reason is, I can only speculate that maybe, Nigeria is not like Ghana. They don't have any lights. They're off 24 hours a day. Their roads are in shambles. Their security is in shambles. Most Nigerians are in Ghana. So I could understand maybe some of these were his reasons for not being comfortable in less than a year or even less than 6 months. You no longer want your position. I understand that. But the vote buying should cut across. They should investigate. But I don't think it's going to go anywhere. They should just find Hajia a strong minister position. Leave them there. Find the other aspirants another position and call it a day. So that MPP wouldn't use this against them.
But from what I gather from what you said, it seems you're of a high opinion that Hajia should have won that seat. Or maybe it was.
Maybe I'm a little biased because I'm a female.
Actually, that's what the polls indicated as well. Musa Dankwa came out with this thing that indicated
and she did
that.
Well, 32 by just.
Yeah. With the vote, she did very well.
In a NEMA headquarters constituency, wow.
I think Baba Jamal won maybe 30 or so, 30 votes.
Yeah,
something
votes.
Like yeah. So she did well.
Yeah, she did well.
Anyway. But quickly on that, because this vote buy thing is becoming sort of a headache in this system of ours. Maybe you also down here going forward. What kind of a system do you think we'll end up with in Ghana?
This is the norm now.
This is the norm.
Welcome to Ghana. This is the norm. If you want to be a politician in certain positions, I think you have to buy your way to the top.
You buy your way to that.
Look what happened with MPP. They were saying that each delegate got how much? Some 500, some 700, a total of 2,000 cities. So NDC is also, they shouldn't say that there's corruption in MPP. There is also corruption in NDC.
And it has age-long matter. Anyway, Nana ya ewa hase yedin komo na meko baako so na mekai obi on say Honorable Elvis Osei Bensa Dapa and so ewa hadoba echire yede be si nkomo na yede be si nkonya na yede nkomo ba right now Nana ya Beatrice Owarewa Siao and yede nkomo ye koso ewa ye my gademu ai ewa ya di osika Sika. But Nanaya, the last time you came here, you were talking about the minimum wage.
Yes.
About the economy now. Are you satisfied with what's going on currently?
No.
Consumer tax and all that?
No, the consumer tax has increased from 4% to 20%.
Yeah, 20 now.
I told you, it's a bubblegum economy. It's just managing with tape. There's no real infrastructure. So by all means, it's going to fall. I'm not praying for that, but that's the future, unfortunately, unless something happens. So minimum wage is still low. I'm still baffled on how people survive.
Because you always think about the minimum wage and you don't get it.
I don't get it. How? Why?
Maybe that's why there's so much corruption in the system
and so much theft and so many crime is increased and so forth, and it's unbelievable unless we put better structures in place.
But at the moment we're talking inflation as well. 3.8. Do you feel it in your pocket?
No.
You think it's just a matter of figures?
It's
just bad figures around.
I mean, well, when you buy your lights and stuff like that, you do see that there is increments and so forth like that. In water, you see that there's increments. But everybody seems like they're comfortable because the dollar is down. I don't know.
Yeah. And
fuel is down. So that's how they're averaging everything. But it's not about foreign currency. It's about, can your day-to-day Ghanaian eat? Can they survive? If they were to go outside to buy food, are they complaining of the cost of food? Do they have enough money to help their children, to give their chalk money, to pay for their school fees and their tuition? Because now free SHS is not there. It's there to some small level, but it's not like during Akufo-Addo's time. So what do we as Ghanaians do? Because this is the leader you chose. So you can't complain. Because I'm not feeling it. You will feel it. And I'm also not the average Ghanaian either.
Some people always make joke or make fun of us that Africans or Ghanaians are magicians. With the minimum wage, the way we're able to survive or go through it all. So we are magicians.
Right. 600.
You get sick when you hear of it?
Yeah, I get sick. Because how do you eat? How do you, if you get sick right now, what do you do? And if it's not covered under NHIS, what do? Do you just die? How do you buy medication if it's not covered?
You have this feeling for your fellow Ghanaians.
I have that feeling,
because some people who are being toast like you, most of the times they come here,
they don't care,
and maybe they can't even survive in the system.
And then they go
think
back.
that there's too much pressure in Ghana.
It's true.
You feel the same?
I think it depends.
Or you just cope with it.
I mean, there's some things about Ghana that I like. The people, it's easier to do business here. The people are friendly. You know, if you are okay financially, you can live in Ghana. You know, you keep to yourself, you can have an enjoyable life in Ghana. It's not like the U.S. where there's hey, work, homework, that's it. You know, you can actually have a life and a social life and things like that. And it's easy to live in Ghana.
You love the social life here as compared to the States?
Correct.
Feeling loneliness all over.
Yeah, people feel lonely in the States. And
so much depression as well.
Look how they pick up gun and shoot and so much crime and 1, 2, 3 gun and, you know, doing some crazy things that don't make sense. And in Ghana, it's a little bit unheard of to do those things. So, and I think that's because we like ourselves.
But then, just before we part company, or if you have some other things to talk about, you have been in the States, you grew up in the States.
Yep.
And when you come to Ghana, you see a whole lot of our youth, they gather money wanting to travel outside the country, elsewhere, greener pastures somewhere. Right. And you've been there, you grew up there, you went to school there, and now you are here, you stay here in Ghana, and you're saying all this. What would be your advice to the youth out there who also want to be in the state? They say, nah, Ghana is not for us. We just want to go out there for greener pastures.
But sometimes you can make a good living here in Ghana if you think deeper on what you like to do, like your passion. You can become your own boss within Ghana. You don't necessarily, there's no guarantee that if you travel to the States, you'll become successful. Maybe that person, even to eat is a problem. Maybe they're doing odd jobs. You
talk to them and they tell you that there are a whole lot of opportunities there as compared to what we have here in Ghana.
And look at how many Ghanaians are getting deported back to Ghana. It's a lot. They could be
under Trump.
Under Trump. Look what we're going through with Trump. So, though the structures and its advance, you know, in the U.S., you can never compare the U.S. to Ghana. But sometimes, if you think about it, you might do better in Ghana than you would in the States. So there's no need to rush.
But what about opportunities, finding opportunities? Because they think that maybe setting up a business here is very difficult.
Really?
Setting up, yeah. The youth always talking about capital. Where do I get the capital to set up?
Okay, yeah. Like in the U.S., you can get, once you have a social security number, you can easily get a loan from the bank, and you know, with that loan you can go get a mortgage. In Ghana, who's coming to give you a loan and those things? Like in the US, you don't need to buy your car straight out with cash. You can do it with payments. In Ghana, who's going to let you buy a car with payments? Even a house you can mortgage. So I can see there's differences, but
maybe gradually we'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, finally, any message out, any message you want to give out to, maybe, do I use the word fellow Ghanaians?
That we should vote. 2028, we should vote.
Yo, some of the kind of Nabi Bisado say, Mrantua, Mabawa, Musu Peso, Butuquai, the day futu, and what they mount, or can say, if you, because who fear dear. And just a social life. Then also the Albotaka, and I do to be considered be who and I do a single yana bottles you to Chakakra, the Abrochel, the Okono Abeshede, Oko Obeshede, and Odiana Kwaku be or Hotel Tressa, we are business be or Hadia. Ya nay, the guarantee be any old Musu to Quabrucha, not just a consistency Eddie Abu. No, dear. It's not many Americans say, Binomo Coca, say almost capital, the Epenos, you, and Mumdia, or Hodia, na Abia. aburokyire obenya sika bi obi aso ase na de atoka bi odi ato bi ba ha no hwan na de koma eno so na ye ba beto aba ne ba omi aka se nkakra krank ye bedru ho yo e bia nke to ma ba omi anke ye dru ho no dada enti e ho afutuo e na no de ma eye emabunu no enti na ya e na bene no e wa ha na ya sorry day na wo so ka kire ifudia no finally your message to Ghanaians, so you say they should vote in 2028.
They should vote in 2028. Vote for Bawumia.
Vote for Bawumia
in 2028.
So once again, thank you for passing by.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and when will you go back again to Mampon?
Tomorrow.
Oh, you'll be going there tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, Mampon is blessed to have you around.
Thank you.
The buy emfa the sika kurem no or the sika ye bibi ewo ni krom nti be na be ka so ye nhira ema eye Mampon fu nti mabno no o se astro tev no wasan hyase okoho a obeye nkakrakra be ya ba bia di agoraban na nka ye sa de ba we gina ba so obeye oba bi so obeye enti na ya da se why
yo
ya me nhira
amen
that's it. Ebusuafo eye wuntumi TV so edie wuntumi TV so edie na eye dwumadie na ye toa so no na ya na ote de no passing through on a Monday afternoon enti na ya ebai na ya brepabo no obesa atene enti Mampofo mu astrotef no de ose ode na tie ni bia Kwaku guso a chese oba betoa adwuma no eso na ya kwani mu Talk Ghana dwumadie so edie Talk Ghana dwumadie so edie na ye ko edima nkoso ana tie na for go se me ye de badi Foku ojina me bianko ye na foku trase na trase what's the plan be foku de hu na di ba wie o odi ohene ba anopa na uhu foku edi na bia yubre odi no nsia kase ebo de ba dia enti honorable Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa is my next guest na foku hu ye de
na me adome hu ye na
foku no
obojumo
o sa so obojumo
na say the whole Ghana
yo
ani amano ni nyina
na yubre na aka ya na
meba ani adoma na amana ne fo no nti hu jai kra amana ne fo dodo say pa dodo say amon nti hu jai kra mo
yo be so be dase why dase da pa ba watra say waba na otu niema ba akunye
yo
bate ade be to ade so yo be faway enfam be ka say honorable Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa atnase me say dia epelifo antumi anye no honorable Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa sorry ya we chanito sticker constituency about the homody bia sticker to be I just want to be a friend say Kwabena Buati Kwabena Buati so kuyo or queen but I to say yes it one day but we are the one day but honorable Elvis Osei Mensah and Dapa I don't know how to move a constituency. Sure, Mobaman can be reaching about some honorable chain. A bra ye primaries no. Because say honorable the Pabians and a coy Professor Peter Chumesi, although a Director General of a year NS National Sports Authority. Na lawyer Kwesi Kwache Sebe and so Ekahubi. Madam Edu Chumwa or those who echo. Na be my background and honorable Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa. Na sa primary no bokoye. Ye mubi. Be abetabes. Dapa de bencha danti dida. Sa time ye gina edim say Professor Peter Chumesi, Director General, National Sports Authority ujinem. na ɛyɛ lawyer Kwaku Sebe ɔno kora deɛ me interviewed ɛwɔ ha ɔno nso lawyer crediting Educhumwa kora deɛ bi nim madam Educhumwa ɔno nso me nhyɛ da nim afei yɛ kɔto aba a whole professor na just a young man and the tikwa kafom say pu professor Chubesinya 7 votes single 7 votes Kwaku Sebe enya 84 votes and Educhumwa madam enya 48 votes okay come nyina de ebuma 139 votes Osai man said the park koya 357 votes made him say Edu no say repeat ye ewo abato ima say we preaching reconciliation but then wachire bibi ewo ho say onye walk over quickly before I cross over to him bia just for historical the constituency meaning say bia honorable on pesa but we the history can Japan enya 40 can Japan enya is it 48 votes representing 9.58%. Brian Champon 228 votes representing 45.97%. Muhammad Baumia enya 208 votes representing 41.94%. And Yao Osei Educhum enya 12 votes representing 2.42%. Kwabena Japan enya nil 0 representing 0.00%. Nipa 496 and a 2 aba ewo na the Wonder Boy is here. Me the American you be said they need Jeff. But we are there or your Wonder Boy or had an area. Honorable Elvis Osei Mensa Dapa. Me ma baba.
Yeah, me
ya me adom. Me we na wo so ho ye.
Papa.
Ade ewie me bo gumbe ana se
do obo ni na ebi
honorable me ma kwa baby
yeah
na we dear Dr. Baumia Wini but one can say ma congratulations
that's a papa
honorable Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa me sha se e free hefani honorable me sha se free constituency. How's the constituency?
Oh, so far so good. Like I keep saying, things are in order. You know, can say Bibia did an aquam. You go so. Frena, you free, you know. So many delegates, and I have one indigents. Esuma, you know. A baby, a niswadi home. Jumedie bi nti say the dane da meka no say you as a member of parliament ya dodo na wadwen bi say oye ohene na henkwafo esom no but minkuma I'm with a view different perception say you as a member of parliament ya ojumedie ni say Obesumo o mindful. So far so good. We go someone so. Yabano constituency so any man did an aquam. Kakra metra home for any children.
But honorable, when your first time I will brush with you. But you will be a teacher or constituency. Without being saying words, it was a ground spa. Ebi and you way say crantia. Mediama and then we crab cholo. Medim Ejuma and then reconciled badin and Adebekum. The last time prior to was it the 2024 elections, Juma Uye wo pa edema. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Chenko Foko Fie Kasachiro. We saw that there are footages all over. Na empo honorable Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa ebia be sha sefo biye ba beto ba ye nkomupi na waha asa okọ Kennedy na nkofo di wachi na last hour what we are bright na what chesa edobi Eduachi. Tell us, what's the secret? The secret, the body.
You mean, purpose I'm doing me fa if you decay so na machiati for ne ahwefo ne titu ene half an southwest addition na me fa fidie so na mabo mo so abaso papa me fa kese no enkoma delegates to aba eye nanu memende twem ene na wotwe when munyam sha omo share me sadi o kan no keke no kre because so kakra me so ansan kakra ana later me so akere so kakra na ni na nkamfo ano mi hu wetie wo bia mo na aye ensembi ni namwiem abrantie we okoha wabaha me dem se me ni achinye bi age okoko message ho no ma kofo tretregu ho you e be kire wunyansa e be ye we nam so we robots nkwa robotic line o di papa bi ani ho ohu apete kwela one because on fed papa ma me do attempt so I don't consider those comments say wono bia nipa bi na ho that robot line na bi na omode criticize here but anokwasem woman say mejina Zakaria woman no so trains no in fact me pese na to afanchen but masem no ho be na hye o se enyama ho odin so enyami tumi so asaforade na hye yesi ye bia no eye wonyankopon na dom ena humobro eye wono ana oka ebem se yato abawie yedina ye kan ye ho bom oba no hafa no southwest anope bia ye platform kokroko kese no because we are me bom paye they can na ye future sem and reconciliation bian fa bian to form sabi ni pampa die minute me ko di na chi man kunim die ba yan side na nkasampo e preacher o kansumdwe ene nkabo masem me kai video bia me share recently no friend Dr. Mahmoud Baumia congratulating no na utie nkomana so I wish say nkame yewo afama I mean many jin koma mudi ya no na say we a follower like me we do obiachi na we dey also wonti ase ba ka kontokwa bobo akutia na tujewa so leadership by example. So we shared various aspirants and the more 2 years. In fact, my baby me carried on that very evening. Na me and my papa or him Kennedy Japan. He took the followers for that they shouldn't say no can, no vote. Na okay na samimpo na merini and na could be so kebicho, no Brian or no Baumia, no voter. All you have said. Enti we futu a enwura MPP for no yentrimu ye na yen comply. I think by so doing no unity ne be kese pa enyan unity no in the bunch say aya kese winning e be automatic winning e be ade a nkontafo no be kase constant. There's no way it can be changed. Na uhe said there was a busa asem min kase ye magic bi mi abano crown up to date minim do bia enyaye Dr. Brian de no kwa na mekai the 228 approximately and also my 46% because min pese makoko kan obi de na actually akwese atwetwe kakra abemana bibi etesa because eba me share me say in my constituency alone for not anything at all I am going to win and I won.
And you were confident you were going to win in your constituency.
I said
you got 45 out of 47. Don't tell YouTube they are not a candidate, but who were your MP?
nwa kakra you see so do baby na me ya ade bia ni kwase ni page ho sabi enmonyam fa media mekanya no se eyo kese na ifre bibi adom siwrade ebo basa so na odi nsra bi ni adom bi ato so emfa ho na amana wohyem emfa ho no people bi a wogina so emfa ho no level ground bi a wafa de nyame aka na etwase bem enema bedu me ho de say God has created me in a special way. Maybe come and say in a special way. Well, some of us say you should be you free now with time. Nyamia ye ni say ya. Make us say na said amana. Magic bi MP ho said ye na me kase bi no. In fact, about we nsem PPM. Bi mututu kwan Côte d'Ivoire, Mali, Burkina. Sebi yan Ghana ha. Isrem go to an more baby. But when it comes to elections and politics, fine. Obia when you but how dear me GD and the Hokra. Me GD back. Send a dominance your power. And MPP so mefa akune so boy na baso papa because we understand the concept of democracy. Obia go chere na adwe. Autocracy. Eni ya honom bebre sa said amanyokonum bi no eye no. So based on that, mebo party mpanimfo abaso from national headquarters, ABC constituency. To share how mpanimfo conduct one ho and far so a man mpo followers and so far the same trend na ebimu yamu hihyi wo mu you got your time. In fact, you ever told Abano that very day, I took a decision upon myself, say, me mpese mako ground so okra. Me share them around area be 12 something. And me pray. And I had a call, some membrana. Me maybe cost so ground so and try it. Until me will hold my there will be sanity and many more. So and from Mikromukunso to my council, it's not far. So I drove all the way from Kunso to my ground, so within 10 minutes. Okay. And I could do it. Me could do and me could do line because me person make us say me MP. And Tima Badia me beto protocol be near Juma and I said Bibi Sam. So no. I need to join the queue from Babia me buy a kusi. Pen Pam could do so the building plan be did in Mechia. Nam so no me bomb empire because me jo nyanko ponti. To some video be trending kakra na me come some you no boom said ya mamre na kire se wonya yese pe asete se oni nyankopon e di nkuta ho bi we say rade say am pasa wo na wa frɛ me say de ka say one friend say obegu ye nanim ase a makumem ni pa me support no aye Dr. Brian Champo ora Yesu ye madom wo si ye mom na obebie ye ye hwehwɛ na ye behu na we ya no matin sempa ho to so say hwan na ne ba abusa na pata obama na wo ana aboda obama no bo so it's in a short wise saying asem no tia when say de mabusa wo nyankopon no obeye na me bom pai no nsa me yem nsa no star bi say no me say ada aspirants ni bi followers no baba wa ko bom nsa to hey masa we are trying to do campaign here. You know, campaign has ended for over 3 days now. So, sorry, send me from Sano cry. You say, I was only thinking, say, me act it until because me bomb channel. Dr. Brian Champo, you cool, no for no. Or you can see me chair, chebby in the da. Yes, no, nation for. Oma will be about when I'm sounding timidity. And I knew I was going to win. I'm some poor me white because white, I just somewhere a German victory. So not anything at all. You ban half on the Southwest and Kwanda. There will be victory. So there, and I want to behold at the end of the elections. Mr. Kwaku, me to my baby, me Kofi say, right, you know, I say futu na bomb kakra until I need to go and change. I did the same thing during 2023 in primaries, you know. Yeah. 12 we are na me question baby, and me na be DSC. me one say ya real me I was only thinking it's a fine me till say 2 o'clock you better have any but then me one me say no ababia no I to 2 o'clock that bia no pese delegates ni fifie bantem me da na bobe 2-5 phone ring no na way you going so now we are going to win mo no here mo njira ho say mo bobo sisi am say no I just am be pure I say them dig kai from Kosu to my house so enwa kura and also me two car within 5 to 10 minutes na sako do na who say very phone start free to mo mi na je ni ne pada e di go ko be na I told you do baby am mo mi engineer me ndi kakra na mo ni nyame ko apam na ba so do we no nyame obeye ye na koma so ade amaye enti asemeti awe na say I've on Southwest aye mensina do do na pemasem sabi Yesu Kristo kran onya atamfo enti min ko ba so mo ni na pemasem ba do do na pemasem simply because of any member community bia home na we do na free one ma ye ban delegate system no so so money
ba honorable mekai wo delegate yi na opese o kan omo epe wase because men research kakra be even before you became an MP I think so why invest so much in kofu I know a scholarship ne be say kofu abo mu eco school ne yin asem ketwa wo constituency right
well no crepe
person dey ma omo esu adwuma ne dey ma kofu a why invest wo mu no ebia is no almost household will be there will impact be our household people
let me say double sure at times no ya na me ankasa me ba studio here ya na me pese make can win me je we ma we ya na me pese omo na omo benefit ya no the beneficiaries no komo no mo na ma then no mo be
can so dey ya be but politicians we do be say o blow
what and crap
but I mean rough for because I mean say I was surprised say ebusu for me pa cho be twa no kakra honorable Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa be no twetwen kobo with the ABA feed we chief feed na ba beto a uko Facebook I want to meet TV uko Facebook and then Facebook dey active I want to meet TV Facebook and I want to meet TV live YouTube honorable Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa MP for Ahafo no Southwest na ono ne yende no twetwen kobo ebia ama me gina honom kakra isi say no yes reconciliation ye gina ye di kobo party na ba be ye ba ko ba the hodo ne na one say 45 constituencies e 1 centimeter had what is say ebutu and a Dr. Baobia enwi ba ko 47 emutu and Dr. Baobia enwi ba ko ye Dr. Yaw Osei Educhum the constituency ono ankasa no gina mu bi nipa 5 no ka ho and ba ko a onunsu ewini emani candidate na Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa edi bride echi and to be winning the constituency 228 votes as compared to 208 votes eti ono eya 228 for bride ewo nipa 496 and Dr. Baumia ya 208 ewo hodom eti ano na akwa ye nkofu won because they before say sticker said the anastica preach said the osha kwabena boate na hokeka but we submarine on namasia wa but ono eno to be shatta ye edema bride chese constituency hono Dr. Baumia wini I don't want common na me no AD maybe say yes or hold with the constituency but you are talking about delegates now can we be for delegates you know
well we no crano say ohwe ya yekuta enipa 511 and there was a comment to about
okay tenye 496 yeah. Okay na yeah
and to me ama you know I'm crisis here during our time MPP brana ye demand so bu o man you know akonya ba ma medi binumu ra police mu military no me kai ni papa ko o military no ba kon so police nim but o man man na pass and I said one now my show my say to release o my mama metrobi. I didn't mean that definitely coming say a bit more kwabrosa and now when na me pese me sound so a step on toes of some of the aspirants, especially Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and then Ohene Kennedy in Japan. To social me campaign and on not even one occasion or single day. And my coaching baby, maybe my can be a big good sebi. Any of the aspirants anymore say. But rather than a million and say, maybe a mini panel bar. What's a Ghana for me? And that's all they are Ghana for me. These are some of the things I may hear there, me bohun dero. And it's all him upon Canopano, no, Nami Kujina, on said, a binum Kujina, ho. The guy, the boss, my predecessor, Joseph Kokodu, yeah, some pahene, but. Oh boy, you might have every day. I will never lie. I'm about 5, no man will say. No power grounds, I'm to know. Me, I believe in my delegates. There's no way on me, Yama. The course on ever. No more. I say, me job, no. Me, baby, Chanko. Me boss are credit.
It's one call,
right? Make a horn around top something. I'm going to 103.
Okay.
We're not born mad. What did you say to him? Come out, do I know what to call no more cotton? I'm saying, come up, baby, a trouble. I'm dress animal. If I know do I would to go out, I think I saw good in a movie. So once, yeah, Uncle Jim being ready, I would try my idea. Me, yes, sure, I have fun. There is bit made me him. About 12 years, me too, my brother, and now, me could Jan and Joe would be a something, Miss Amai. As a comment, let's do the needful thing. Men then here near here, young witness near Hedy Pissy. I'm Penny and Pie, the Syria would be answer, and me can't set me coffee. Oh, me go a concern, but Mr. Was I start to and I'm saying, Bay. Me, my come away, him with that. I've honest address, only to me more. What do you enumerate more to the BC? And so shemupa. Can I meet me? I'm in no but I mean, Pesu be feel sir.
What are we influencing me?
But it's not about me power. It's about baby. I'm a good dinner or someone I'm here.
Okay. That way the men conclude with a yeah, boko minority boko Dr. Baumia Holo. There was a cameras do so capture that is a boko Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Moko munyina mukuchia Dr. Baumia. Wunya akoya leno eka 1 or 2 bi. Ana muni na no ya minority ti.
Kega so na sia na esre. Me menchi ana different. Dr. Mahmoud say, "Hey Elvis." I'm saying, "Oh." I know didn't start to come say. I say, "Hey. Masa. Don't mind the body. Mind the engine."
So Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Was Elvis was surprising me. And I got go my son because say they do not see a chill mammy. Or you need be a course so she so be different from more. What my come in and boom. And no ne a juma to see I met him. Met him as my JB 80%. But and some day BPP or constituency and tell me to me pay I could do say, "Oh, I did what they did some about." Some me any TV. Oh, baby, no more baby. Mini echo studio. So, mini and the one mulam what tipragasi go bias.
Baby, the share our colors Friday cry things are precise interpretation.
Yes, I'm crying. And would have been one naminami. Dr. Brown, young woman. Yeah, MP4 Nkwa and Asia. And Obia Kwaku baby. You see. And Sana marketing get when I am Gusu I say make a canny mabumana yet my back together because up to date reconciliation you know me and say be my den kakra my and them for my MP say Charlie I don't know this is yes in table kakra you can't have come go 80% the betima na 20 na me constituency chairman executives ne former MPs no
on to mash reconciliation I don't know about mash talks I would be no share oh okay
platform so I was say share messages I put to some maybe me one if freedom better say now no me chairman eko akra by your tennis office any be more kasai and my in fact a whole lot me carry me communications officer me deputy organizer, it wasn't easy. What I saw between these two big men, was an eyesore. Sure.
That's we were hand. Oh, when the one man that is a reconciliation. I shall see a constituency.
I got 20% every. Now, our next meeting, a few people be my good self, former MP, chairman, and all the constituency executives. You better national. My sort of
not just one crowd, much about the same one casa between yourselves, much about the
Nigeria issues are you spend it even more than hours ever. Yeah, and so delegates no system no was designed in such a way, sir. Discipline here, Chuma. Tiama omubu impenifo no. Yeah, though we not French, but then so me compared to other areas be a many bon hakoma yeah the kama pa so we are almost there
and some me free sokrano this time around wo candidate here Dr. Bride or no said the woman chance you no indicate say will throw the support Ediama Dr. Baumia towards the 2028 elections now who idea wa mo kra ma chance here wo constituency fe then now be country would be anoma e bia almost could be candidate be a chair be a still more yomo be a ho paper choke be chira man why
well gamere ye fa sem ba be brana ye chia no them ka say me chia no between me and Dr. Baumia it was different let just say a unique and super but ye meeting na do be na me nya fa stick anya mai you honuma no be hot ye stick dia no ba name do cha me dia no no hagi Dr. Baumia na then effect
united we stand divided we fall
nti me fa kone so na mas yana ye kokodi baby fufuro ne titiriu se de se bia na se awie sabi de deba kokoba omuna ye debe krobo forma nti yes not the case ya obi be masintu dia to bi atono so mmeye bi atono so se ne candidate antiman nti otoba ha ewo adwumadie num yen to ye hudin say ye Paul our mantem nanso ye besna de kanfo esan say ya bo adwumaden in fact yen ya na onse majority no ekodi Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ho nti ebasa na mo ye kakka mo adwuma ne be ye den nti ye no ye ni na asene ye ni no asene nti ye ni bibia ade bia na ye ma ye di ya kakra ye ntuni nango to say obi agena bia the person should preach about unity. How are you be united? How are you be kan your ho abom? MPP, I keep telling them. Say your problem no nye gidigidio. Aye kete. Abrebia. Ayonko fana ye freno ba ko ye nkabom be free entem. Pente mintem ho asebe ba no. No overtaking abem na and this for beside hoko abrebia ye be together no and na Muslim togetherness no ya na yetimi enya ne ntembra ye opposition was unipa no wani ha ba ko mienu miensa no say hey baby oduro no say ye nya nkaboma ye betre fi ache sa Dawuro no sa preach no koso a bo say adai ayam hihie bi ato nipa so it is so far meshe ganene na so baby you do yan kabon elections is not about sabi juju said they be no chata there hey who be matter there yes and to grand fan ho who could to them cranny be who no can this not by election when can who be entwaba
the job day grounds touch them, let them feel your presence, let them feel you, let them feel say you are part of them. Mekai ye call you ever to none about 2-3 weeks ago. Na my name delegacy aja me nya hunu me friend be 3 times because I'm no taban ye call north ye call voter ye be so call western Greater Accra me I was part of the team nti brepa na me nya be aduma constituency me nya gidigidi sa na me timi ba ko mienu me se be ndem me kai tewian mo be no kom die ni ye hohoro menken ho pa akaw ni delegate mo apata bi sama hat bi ni ye hwigu adem ni ye chatum ba ko twe camera si ye so mze
What do you know? With him, will be over 30 years. And one year I said, what do you cut to Charlie? Many bam was on common session and I'm 74K. I can't look at you. I shouldn't forget. Omo did that count be beyond that very day. They were all having voting rights. Yes. But who cried one man no yes in Abukuma.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And these are some of the things here on grounds. Now, Omo who said, a man take a man who's so. I can't any day or what Parliament House or by no or mayor fried rice is I didn't get in saying. Yeah, I said that came pizza.
Okay, pizza.
We are not coming to that. We said that sir. What the account that soon, we are not turning that soon. These are some of the things. I must say, almost mighty minority. So, be a fan who is shame. A Bimkradu constituency now, or chair constituent in summer. Oh, hornets are winning him. Sabi, we are Janambia. And I said, what visit baby? A mortuary be ana. Your mom who said, as I be by no montem, said Mutian, son, yes, yet. Over no, my bomber, you know, friend saying, make I Saturday near contraband. Me packet car, no come to share to me, Nantia, oh, be a summons. I said, me someone uncle Traban say, hey, Helena. A woman delight will be in the channel. The dear Namsundo, what Chemu, dear not different from them. Make to Sano, make a good delight. So, what about to be dimension? The welcome me the one of my boys said, I've been 80 years. No, about so, Mamma. But did I be a meeting? Well, I can't come here to do so. Send a baby being cooking and Sabi and Sembi and San Fatancho. Mamma, what did Lano so be a bit about 3 times? And Sunday do so. I'm a mother trouble. And the measure. Mighty minority. Baby, I general. True. Mumma yin sort of a hand 10 being free. Do constituency be. I make Dr. Brian Champion. Mam 6 constituencies be say. Me or my assignment to be saying Manuel was about 3 days to be. Now drew baby now see feedback back fat. Me colleagues ni be ho na aya rehearsal. Ti measure. Baby I drew no. Power, winning power. And the baby Aye, when you be for so, obesua ho brase. Umma obi hu se we kokoti wa hand 10 bi 20% to dia. Comment na e ba no, or transit bi a manfo bi e pie ba no e percent crop bi off. Tell me sir, me nuanum MPs. Aye MPP for aye jam mighty minority and them. Say yenya ahomprase honhom ye manya misro embra ye mu na saaje nim ye be sonkrofo ani e wo yon constituency
mate for adanhwefo Honorable Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa is the name MP for Ahafuano Southwest constituency right here in the Ashanti region. Na ono na o support Dr. Bride Echampon fully every name the constituency for a year Dr. Bride Echampon or no say bia or no a preaching reconciliation na wehu be a free eba nti all hands on deck the support to Dr. Baumia for a year 2028 elections no yam brought in a year horizon a DND MPP home koma fine yan kwa ni mo year MP for a year Ahafuano Southwest India yam bie mu kakrada me komo we because as I know the talk of the town na evidence say bia honorable so ha odo kra the Bachelor of Science ewo eye agric mu enti badu piayon so dia there bia the if say bia Bachelor of Science in agric the dim di ewo ho pa ye be dia no so nko but right about now honorable briefly maybe sir ayawa so west east about also a course weekend. As I don't come on and go for the Baba Jama and the Okoshia committee. Deadline is Wednesday. Letter every president one of my Baba Jama in no crowd Nigeria no ye definitely na kunya so why would you have parliamentarians and the Ghana elections here on one NDC for them who why no kwa transportation kakra mo ba betwe baba Jamal Abuoso or yes you don't get the and na nkomo pi na so ewo NDC camp but vote by Honorable Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa. Yeah, my mu has said, yes, a transport man, you'll be a water your terminal and that 32-inch PME, then yes, some get to about 2 bikes, maybe echoes so ewo. Then okay, and the afasa vote by in Kobe.
Okay, I'm going for a crowd there. I do have a mina crown and almost some crown come in.
Yeah, when you see, yeah, you should wait a minute. Yeah, you should video.